Hello everyone! Thank you so much for visiting my channel. This is Rosabel Hernandez reporting from Maryland, and welcome to my space. Welcome to my place, right? So today's topic, I want to talk about the power of preparation. What is preparation? Preparation means to be ready. Be ready. But in order to be ready, there has to be a process, right? I remember back in my college days, I was never a straight A student, let's be real. And in order to get the A's and B's, I had to study at least 2 days, 3 days for the big exam. Either it was midterms or the finals. But if I didn't prepare, if I didn't study, if I didn't go through that process, I was going to fail miserably and eventually fail the class and retake it, right? And so such is life. We want to go through the process. We want to be prepared. We want to be ready for whatever God may have for us, for whatever adventure, for whatever event, for whatever task that is before us. Even if you're going to a meeting, you want to make sure you're preparing for that meeting, because if you don't prepare, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail, right? And so preparation equals greatness. You can't be great unless you prepare. And we see it over and over again, the different stories that we see from Joseph to Esther to David to even Jesus for a 3-year ministry, right? He had to prepare his entire life. So preparation is never to be, don't underestimate the power of preparation, okay? Just know that. Do not underestimate the power of preparation. And a lot of times you're going to go through things that you're like, why am I going through this? 2 years later down the road, you're like, oh, no wonder I went through that, because it was all part of the preparation process. Preparation is to be ready. And you can't be ready if you haven't gone through the process of preparation. So please, next time, if you have that meeting, if you have an interview, if you have a presentation, if you have an exam, whatever you do, prepare. And of course, that's the obvious, right? Oh, I'm going to take an exam. Okay, I'm going to prepare for it. But what about life's preparation? Sometimes, and I understand some things you just cannot prepare for. For example, the day that my parents, when that day comes that my parents will have to say goodbye, right? I can't even think about how I'm going to react. You can't prepare for things like that. That's just not going to happen, right? But for example, I got my driver's license. I think I was 16 or 17. I don't remember. And I was, the car, my parents didn't even give me a car first. They were like, oh, no. You have to prepare. I had never driven a car before. Guess what? I had to go to driving school. After driving school came what? My driver's license, the test. So I had to not only do the written form, the written test, but I also had to test drive. I also had to prove that I could actually drive. It just wasn't like, okay, you got to stop at a stop sign. What do you do if the school bus is coming? It's not just the knowledge part, but I actually had to do the physical part, which is to drive that car. And what happens ultimately if I pass both parts? I got my driver's license. But if I failed one part, you can forget about it. You're going to have to redo the whole thing all over again, right? And also, I remember when I was a beautician. I was a barber, believe it or not. I still am, right? I have my licenses. And I remember taking it, and there was 2 parts to that exam. It was the written part. I think it was 100 questions, and I had to get like 75 right. And then there was the actual cutting hair and shaving. I had to shave. So I used my dad as a model, right? The whole exam was, I think, 2 or 3 hours. I forgot. But I had to prepare for that. So I studied. I had my little study guide for the questions. And I was constantly preparing on my dad and other, friends, guys' friends, because I had to do an entire shave from putting on the shaving cream, to the hot towel, to then the razor, making sure I didn't cut them. And there were actually guidelines to cutting someone's, beard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And the person that was observing, they were making sure I knew the steps. So they were like, next to me, and my dad was just chilling and probably praying that I don't cut him, but it was good. So even in that, people are not going to entitle you or give you a license in which you have to prove, and you have to tell the public, hey, I'm a licensed barber, or I'm a licensed this, or licensed attorney, licensed this and that. There is a process. There was a preparation that I had to go through, and so do you. So next time you're going through a process, whatever that is, next time you are going through preparation, remember, you need to be ready for whatever that is coming. God is not going to give you, single people, a husband if you're not ready. Hey, I can talk about that because I am single, right? And I know I got some issues, just like many of you do too. And so my goal is, once I get married, I don't want a divorce. I just don't. That's my thing, right? I don't think nobody ever thinks about those things. But there is preparation. You have to be a whole person. You gotta, prepare for such an event. And sometimes you can't prepare for that, right? But it is what it is. Or perhaps, hello, perhaps you've never driven a car before. And you want to get a BMW, or you want to get a Toyota or a Honda. Well, you don't want to go wreck that car. You don't want to go crash, right? So you have to prepare for that. So whatever you're going through, and even with assignments and jobs and things like that, sometimes God will place you in a position where you're there only to prepare for the next. So just remember, there is power in preparation. There is power to the process of preparation. So this is just a quick word, nothing too serious, nothing too deep. It's only to encourage you to prepare for whatever's before you. And sometimes we don't even know what's before us, and God is preparing us in ways we never imagined, because of the thing that is so big in front of you. A lot of times he's got to take you through these seasons of humbleness to prepare you so your head won't get big when it does happen, right? And I'm not trying to be funny. But the truth of the matter is, when things are given too quickly, too fast, your head gets pumped and you fall quicker and you destroy people along the way. So it's better for you to go through the preparation, the process, so that when you get to where you need to be, you will remain humble and understand the process. Take care. God bless you guys. Ciao, ciao.